Hey all, I hope you all are doing very well. This is Animesh Verma once again from Delivery Excellence channel. My dear friends, today I want to discuss on two very important and critical points which are important in terms of the entire delivery format. Okay, you know that the infrastructure team or the support team are the most important part and integral part of any deliverables or any delivery whenever we work for together for any deliverables providing to the back to the client. Now why that is important, right? Because the setup of the entire environment, the setup of the entire databases, the setup of entire technical aspects, right? The integration part with the respective databases and other areas, right? The secured layers, the firewalls, all are very important. Giving access and the right access to the right people is also important, right? If you are working in any of the critical projects which are working in the ODC, that is the offshore development center, then you need to follow the entire processes of the biometric and other things, right? It is critical as far the client is concerned. Now infrastructure and the environment security, it should not have any open or unnecessary ports, right? It should be very following all the particular guidelines, strict guidelines, right? So there should not be any open and unnecessary ports. Firewalls and network rules should be validated very properly. Then the secure configuration baselines should be required. Backup and recovery plans should be verified. Logging and monitoring should be enabled, and so on. If you are working in a cloud format, definitely we have to follow all the security reasons for related to the cloud and all the accesses. These are very important things because this also helps in our compliance and governance, means that there should not be any lack in the data privacy, which is very important. Then the licensing and the open source licensing should be reviewed, right? So all these things are very important, right, for any of the deliverable aspects, right? Today I'm going to talk about, because I'm not very clear about that whether the small organization does this happen, but for the bigger organization or the CMMI level plus the CMMI 5 CMM level I 5 and above uh, ranked organization does follow this BCP, which is business critical plan. Now the business critical plan is very important. I'll give you a very simple example. I was working with one of the bigger organization, one of the leading MNCs, right? And this is nearly a decade or more than that back. uh, all of a sudden there was some disastrous situation happened because the head office is situated in the capital city of South India. Now there the tsunami came across, and it was very disastrous situation, very critical situation, and lot of flooding was there, and there were a lot of issues during the deliverables. So now what happened is, hats off to the entire infrastructure team and the recovery team. It was planned very in a very short duration of time, but very well planned and execution, that the other respective centers of that organization, they took this initiative of planning that BCPs or the business critical plans, and that really helped to have the entire databases and the backup plan for the entire projects which we are running at different locations and at the head office, so that the show must go on, right? And by the time the situations was really in a better condition, there was not any big loss to the business, right? So the BCP plans really helps, or any of the plans which we do well in advance, keeping in mind that okay, if some business criticalities happens, we do have a backup plan which can really say that the show must go on and it should not really having any issues during our deliverables, right? So this is what a short sort of extempo which came in my mind to discuss with you all. I thought of discussing with you all. I know most of you have gone through this and they might know these issues, but just to brush up those important factors which can be really very important even if you are working on AI or any other latest technologies. But criticality cannot come across and say that hey, we are there to create an issue with you all, right? So we should be prepared well in advance with all these sort of backup plans. It should be reviewed. The entire stakeholder should be aware of it. Proper email chains or calls should be provided. The minutes of meeting should be there for each and every aspects. You should be having a particular tracker for maintaining the entire MOMs as well as the downtime periods, so that if you want to explain to the entire leadership that what was the reasons, what were the cause, and what were the mitigation processes, right? Because the leadership want to know that what is the solution aspects. Criticalities and issues definitely will happen, but what is the critical format of solution aspects? If you talk about the solutions, about the best practices, about their implementations, and you say that this is the ROI, which and when we implemented the best practices and these are the backup plans. So what is happening is, for the future aspects of any disastrous conditions, this will really help as a case study and a robust benchmark for the upcoming releases or the projects which are getting released to the client. And anytime it can happen, right? Such type of disastrous thing, anything can happen anytime, but we should have our plan well in advance. So thank you so much everyone for giving me this time to have a discussion. These are as per my experiences which I had gone throughout my career. Wanted to rephrase those things with you all. Thank you so much. Please do comment in the comment sections what are the new topics which you want to discuss with me. My motive is to have only those not into the theoretical part of any sort of activities, but on the practical grounds, or you can say situational based issues which really helps, right? So thank you so much once again. See you in the next video. Tata, bye bye, take care.